Assalamualaikum to my lecturers. Today, our group will present about leadership of Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. But before we go deeper, let's watch this video about Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin.
Saya sebagaimana biasa seorang manusia yang sentiasa ikut aturan-peraturan, tunduk kepada apa-apa yang ada dalam perlembagaan. Kerana bila mana saya mengangkat sumpah sebagai Perdana Menteri, saya telah berjanji bahawa saya akan menjunjung perlembagaan negara, institusi raja dan sebagainya. Saya kira saya telah buat apa yang saya fikir diperlukan untuk menyelamatkan nyawa rakyat jelata, menentukan mereka ada makanan di atas meja dan nyawa mereka selamat. These are very, very key, important aspects of life of a nation. And I think mungkin kerana Allah mengangkat saya di darjat ini untuk tujuan itu agaknya. So as you can see, I think pentadbiran kerajaan kita walaupun dalam keadaan sukar masih mampu untuk diteruskan. Kita meneliti bagaimana kita nak membantu rakyat dan kesan COVID ini cukup mendalam. Sebab itu saya sanggup bercakap dan berkata apa yang benar. Ya, walaupun pahit. Qulil haqqa walau kana murra. Kata yang benar walaupun itu pahit. Do what Allah says right. Don't do what Allah says not right. Fight against evil. Ya, itu pokoknya. Jadi kalau kita berpegang pada hukum sebegini, insya-Allah hidup kita selamat. Jawatan ada amanah, itu berat. Sebab tu saya kena buat betul. Betul pasal bukan saya rasa betul, tapi Allah kata ini yang betul. That's key. You don't do what if you think is right. You do what is right. So there's a difference there. You must think this is right, but Allah kata itu tak betul. Saya berpandu pada itu.
The Honorable Tan Sri Dato' Dr. Haji Muhyiddin Yassin, or his original name Muhyiddin bin Muhammad Yassin. He was born on Thursday, 15 May 1947 in Muar, Johor. His father, Haji Muhammad Yassin Muhammad, is a well-known scholar in the town of Maharani Muar, and his mother's name is Hajah Khadijah Kasim. He has established a household with Puan Sri Nuraini Abdul Rahman and has 4 children. He is the country's 8th Prime Minister, appointed on March 1, 2020 and resigned on August 16, 2021. He resigned as Prime Minister amid strong criticism of his handling of the COVID-19 crisis. His tenure was only 70 months after losing the majority support of the Dewan Rakyat, making him the shortest Prime Minister in Malaysia. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin is known as the caring father of Malaysia, or Abah, because of his friendly nature and concern for the people when he was Prime Minister. He is currently the chairman of the Majlis Pemulihan Negara, as well as a member of the Pagoh Parliament and a member of the Gambir State Assembly in Johor. He is also the chairman of the Parti Perikatan Nasional and the president of Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, Bersatu.
Next, we will look about working experience of Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin had a long and varied political career in Malaysia. During 1978 to 1982, he has been elected as members of Parliament for Pagoh. At this time, he gained significant grassroots support in political during these early years. In 1986, he continued his career as Chief Minister and he implemented various development projects and policies that contribute to the growth and modernization of Johor. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin became Minister of Youth and Sport in 1995 to 1999. He focused on youth development programs and promotion of sport across Malaysia. His career continued in 1999 until 2004 as a Minister of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs, worked on policies to protect consumer rights and improve domestic trade regulation. Muhyiddin Yassin became Minister of Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry in 2004 until 2008 that promote agriculture, development and modernization to increase productivity. Aside from that, he continued as Minister of International Trade and Industry in 2008. Early 2009, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin served as Deputy Prime Minister under Prime Minister Najib Razak. In the meantime, he also holds a position as Minister of Education, where he focused on reforming the education system to improve standard and accessibility. In 2015, he has been expulsion from UMNO and lead to formation of Bersatu. This because he criticized Najib Razak over the 1MDB scandal, leading to his removal as Deputy Prime Minister and expulsion from UMNO. After a while, he co-founded the Malaysian United Indigenous Party Bersatu with Dr. Mahathir Mohamad in 2016 that aimed to provide a new political platform for Malaysians. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin appointed as the 8th Prime Minister of Malaysia in March 2020 after a political crisis led to the resignation of Mahathir Mohamad. During this hard time, he faced political instability and loss of parliamentary majority led to his resignation in August 2021. Since then, he continues to be active in politics, particularly within Bersatu and the Perikatan Nasional Coalition until today.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin started education at an early stage at Sekolah Kebahasaan Maharani, Muar Johor, and then moved to Sekolah Kebahasaan Ismail, which is an English school. Then continued education at the secondary level at Muar High School, Johor until Form 6. After completing secondary education, he continued his studies at the University of Malaya, Kuala Lumpur in 1968, where he successfully obtained a bachelor's degree honours in economics and Malay studies in 1970. While he was in education from primary to university, he was not among the smart students, but he was a strong person who worked without knowing the meaning of despair. The interesting thing about him is that he likes to read, so he has a wide knowledge. He is also efficient in solving problems easily and quickly. When he became the Malaysia Minister of Education, he published a book entitled Sudut Pandangan Muhyiddin Yassin, which was published in 2012. This book answered all the controversial issues raised related to the education system and how the government dealt with it. First, we choose him for his effective leadership attitude and courage to take steps that impact all aspects in terms of health, economic and social. For example, during the COVID-19 outbreak, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin successfully faced and dealt with the issue of COVID-19. It cannot be denied that every step implemented could be taken in an integrated and organized manner due to the assistance of strong leadership. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin is responsible for making important announcements regarding the implementation of the Movement Control Order and the Economic Stimulus Package. The Movement Control Order was implemented so that the chain of COVID-19 virus infection could be broken. In addition, he introduced an Economic Stimulus Package worth 250 billion for the people affected by the Movement Control Order during the COVID-19 epidemic. Among the details of the plan at that time was assistance of 1,600 to households earning less than 4,000. The government provided a payment of 500 to approximately 120,000 e-hailing drivers and allocated of 9 billion to overcome the increase in unemployment and so on. Second, we choose Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin because he is a Prime Minister known for his humility in dealing with the people regardless of status or background. He often conducts a survey of the people or a simple name as a field trip. His nature refers to the ability of a leader to understand, feel and care about the needs and welfare of the people he leads. For example, he once attended Ion A U2 Kramat to hear for himself from the traders' mouth about their experiences and groans in facing the challenges of earning a living during the pandemic season. For him, numbers and data are still not enough if he does not hear with his ears the problems faced by the people. It shows Tan Sri Muhyiddin as a leader with the soul of the people. Therefore, we are lucky because he often ensures that the country can get out of the COVID-19 pandemic and the fate of the people continues to be protected. Not only during the pandemic, but it is proven that he often goes to the field to monitor the situation of the people no matter where he is. For example, at Sungai Rambai's fried banana stall, he helped sellers sell the fried banana and greet people surrounded.
There are three leadership characteristics of Tan Sri Muhyiddin. The first one is firm in decision making. He is a strong individual when it comes to morality and decision making. He does not use any hypocrisy or sugarcoat to effect his decision. He always making correct judgment to reduce the complexity, unpredictability, situation and other organizational contexts. The second one is paternal leadership. The style is that combine discipline, power and paternity. The relationship is between the leaders and followers where the leader provide cares, supervision and guidance in professional. He always creating a family atmosphere in the workplace and getting involved in non-work domain. And he also maintaining his authority or status as prime minister. And the third one is responsible. He always faced significant opposition from various quarters due to his lack of parliamentary support, but he demonstrated a sense of responsibility by agreeing to remain as the caretaker prime minister until a new government could be formed at the king request. So he stay to his position and does not resign immediately due to the parliamentary lack of support. And the third, his willingness to take on the risks and uncertainties of caretaker role showcase his commitment to stability and continuity in governance.
Now, we will look about power bases of Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. The first one is legitimate power. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin aligned with these power bases because he has the legitimate power on executive authority as a prime minister. On 11 March 2020, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin establishing an Economic Action Council (EAC) to overcome economic challenge, particularly those arising from the COVID-19 pandemic. The Prime Minister chaired the council, underscoring its importance and ensuring high-level leadership and coordination. From this situation, EAC played a critical role in formulating and implementing several economic stimulus packages, such as the Prihatin Rakyat Economic Stimulus Package (Prihatin) and the National Economic Recovery Plan (Penjana). This initiative included cash handout to low-income households and vulnerable groups to support their daily expenses during the pandemic. Moreover, it is cohesive power. We believe that Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin is aligned with the power bases because he has the cohesive power which exercising authority and influence over subordinate. The ability of a leader or authority figure to carry out rules and regulation or inflict additional penalty to ensure conformity or obedience is known as coercive power. This kind of authority was heavily used to control public health and safety during the COVID-19 epidemic while Muhyiddin Yassin was the Prime Minister. Strict lockdown measures have been put aside by the Malaysian government to stop the virus spread. These include the restriction on socializing, movement restriction, and commercial closure. Not only was compliance with this procedure needed, but it also came with the possibility of legal penalties. Lastly is expert power. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin aligned with the power bases because he has wielded expert power in various capacities throughout his political career, leveraging his extensive experience and knowledge in governance, policy making, and political strategy. Along his long-standing political career, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin has held numerous key positions, including Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Education, Minister of Home Affairs, and Prime Minister. This extensive experience has provided him with deep insight into Malaysia's political landscape and governance. Besides that, he also expert in education and social policies. For example, he introduced Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025 that aimed to transforming the Malaysian education system to produce a world-class education that meets the needs of this country and citizens. From this action, we can see that leadership of Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin significant strides have been made in various areas including student outcome, teacher quality, school leadership and curriculum reform.
Our tactic that used by Tan Sri Dato Dr. Muhyiddin Yassin is ingratitude. During time of crisis like the COVID-19 pandemic, Tan Sri Dato Dr. Haji Muhyiddin Yassin effectively used an image of a caring and empathetic leader through public speech and appearance in the media. His calm and comforting addresses to the nation consistently demonstrate his commitment to well-being and health of the people. By expressing empathy with individuals affected by the pandemic and economic hardship, he acknowledged the challenges faced by ordinary Malaysians. Through personal story of failure and successes, he simplified the government's response, making it more accessible and relatable for the general populace. Tan Sri Dato Dr. Haji Muhyiddin Yassin also highlighted the sacrifice and the hard work of the frontliner worker, fostering a sense of community and teamwork among citizens. His strategy aimed to humanize his leadership, presenting him someone deeply concerned with the people's welfare rather than just a politician. By doing so, he managed to build trust and solidarity, encourage everyone to work together and overcome the crisis. Next, rational persuasion. Tan Sri Dato Dr. Haji Muhyiddin Yassin regularly employed national persuasion during the COVID-19 pandemic to support his decision, using fact and logical argument to bolster the government policies. He frequently provided the comprehensive data on infection rates, hospital capacity, and the safety of various treatments in his speeches. By grounding his argument in fact, he demonstrated the lockdowns were essential to curb the virus spread and protect public health. Tan Sri Dato Dr. Haji Muhyiddin Yassin reinforced the legitimacy of the government's policy by consistently referring medical experts and international organizations like WHO, World Health Organization. He aimed to reassure the public that the government's decisions are sound and in the nation's best interest by offering clear, data-driven and explanation. This strategy not only helped him to win over the public his way of thinking, but also maintain their confidence in his leadership during a time of uncertainty and fear. The power tactic that used by Tan Sri Dato Dr. Muhyiddin Yassin is inspirational appeal. To unify and inspire support from the Malaysian people, Tan Sri Dato Dr. Haji Muhyiddin Yassin strategically appealed to national solidarity and patriotism, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Emphasizing that the fight against the pandemic required a collective effort and everyone's commitment and sacrifice, he urged Malaysians to stand together. He highlighted qualities of dedication, understanding, and mutual support, reminding people of their shared identity and goal. To further promote a sense of unity, Tan Sri Dato Dr. Haji Muhyiddin Yassin used national symbol and language, emphasizing that nation had the opportunity to showcase its strength and solidarity the pandemic challenges. By invoking these inspirational appeals, he aimed to motivate people to adhere health precautions, support one another, and contribute the country recovery and growth. These strategies sought to uplift the public spirit while strengthening the social fabric during a period of unparalleled difficulty.
So, for our conclusion, Tan Sri Muhyiddin is a legitimate leader who has been granted legal trust by Yang di-Pertuan Agong, the highest authority to lead Malaysia, regardless of whether he is revered or derided. From his speech, Prime Minister's special speech on 25 March 2020, he said, "We have tried our best to deal with the crisis we are facing. Let us not forget that the determinant of our success is God Almighty. Therefore, I would like to invite you all to raise your hands and pray to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala so that we Our families, our country, and all of mankind are protected by him. This is showed that he is the best icon to be followed, as he is a brave person and oriented people that show affectionate and took care his people during the disease hit our country, and the stability of mental and physical each people on his government as its prime minister. That's all from us. Thank you.